Shalom. I want to give all praises, honors, and glories due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakah, Quadash. I want to give my double honors to your elders and apostles of Great Millstone, well, and peace, blessings, and salutations to hopeful elect out there, alright? Now, this is going to be a quick video. I'm not going to make this too long at all. I'm going to at least aim for the 5 to 10 minute mark. And I won't bring that many precepts in this video as well, because we already know the precepts by heart, repetition skill. We've been going to the precepts a lot, One that comes to mind is Revelation 12, Revelation 12, Revelation 13, Jeremiah, I believe 30 and 7. These precepts are the ones that come to our mind, because we know that time is at hand when the beast, the system, is about to accomplish their image, which is their new world order, And I actually had a lesson in mind. I wanted to do a lesson on the image of the beast, but I don't think I will have the time to do that because I'm about to go to work in like an hour and a half, So I got to do the lesson quick. But basically, I want to give you guys some updated news about what's going on. As you can see here, Biden mandates many swords for the military. Potential military sword mandate brings distrust support. Potential military Carl 19 sword mandate sparks strong mixed reactions. Expected military Carl sword mandate draws backlash. I don't want a sword that's untested. Ooh. So that's what a lot of the military members are saying. In fact, I'm going to click on this article because I wanted to see. I want to know if it's somebody. So, so those are the U.S. troops are saying have reached out to say to us saying I don't want a sword that's untested. I'm not sure if it's safe. I don't trust the government's sword. What are my rights? Ooh. But legal rights for military personnel are limited when it comes to swords, as they are seen as an essential part of service due to the military's close living quarters. And not only that, but when you join the military, you become personalized property of the state, When you are a citizen, you become a little bit free, but you're still property of the government. But when you're in the military, man, you become a personnel, I forgot the exact word for it, but you become a personnel of the government, a personnel. So that means you become a real personalized property, you know. Instead of it being foreign property, you're more personal. You're in their backyard. You're working close with the state, so the state can do whatever they want with you, So that's why it's not wise to join the military in these times. But that's pretty much what's going on, And right now they're waiting for the FDA legalization approval of the what, so they could roll out these swords for the military, and ultimately it's gonna hit people in classes because you got the city employees, the workers, the police officers, people that work with the government. It's gonna hit them first. The officers, the doctors, the lawyers, all these jobs that deal with the government. It's gonna hit them first, and a lot of them are even quitting and resisting this sword because they don't trust this thing. Then it's gonna trickle down to your average Joe out there. The ones that's working at Walmart, Best Buy, all these retail store employees, these restaurant employees, is gonna hit them as well, and it's gonna trickle down to the lowest of society, like the homeless and all that, and so on and so forth. The people that don't really, the unemployed, the people that are not really working. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play this video and I'm gonna get one precept, you know? And I'm going to go ahead and close it out because I want to make this very quick and short.
Mass demonstrations engulfing France, Germany and Italy as police clash with protesters over the tightening of COVID restrictions. There are reports that one protester too in Germany's collapsed and died later in hospital. Since early July, daily infection cases in Western Europe have remained relatively low, but they are still on the rise.
We've seen these protests across Western Europe, particularly in France and Italy and here in Germany, as well as people are unhappy with COVID restrictions that are being put in place, and particularly when it comes to requirements or potential requirements for what's being called the EU Green Digital Pass, a digital vaccine certificate, if you will. Now, those demonstrations across Western Europe, they turned nasty at times over the weekend.
We are civilians. We just want our basic rights back. And they are the ones armed who are taking action against peaceful civilians. The Geneva Convention was passed in 1949, and they are negating it.
I am here to defend freedom of speech because Emmanuel Macron is trying to stifle any kind of public speech into a pseudo-privilege called the sanitary pass, which is in fact a way to control people.
Well, the EU Green Pass has caused much uproar, particularly in France, where over 200,000 people across the country came out onto the streets to vent their unhappiness. It was a much smaller affair here in Berlin, around 5,000 people coming out. That's after the courts here in Germany said that the demonstration couldn't go ahead as it was the potential to be a super spreader event for COVID-19. Those that did come out onto the streets of the German capital were met by riot police who were backed up with water cannons.
We've carried out around 500 arrests in relation to, among other things, violations of the ban on assembly, but also to violations of the infection protection measures, as well as acts of resistance and physical assaults on emergency forces.
Well, in France, health union bosses are calling on Emmanuel Macron to make vaccination mandatory. They say that a digital health pass isn't going to cut it when it comes to trying to stop cases rising in the country. And they want the French president to go as far as making sure that everybody must have a jab. That's not the message that's coming out from here in Germany. There's no talk of mandatory vaccinations. But what we've heard from Markus Söder, the leader of the state of Bavaria, senior politician in the ruling coalition here, he's been saying that you don't have to get a vaccination, but if you don't, you won't have access to many things.
Anyone who is fully vaccinated will get back their rights. What is needed now are clear lines so that we don't blunder into autumn. Those who have been offered vaccination and consciously rejected it will no longer be tested for free.
Well, compared to countries like the United States and the United Kingdom, cases of COVID-19 across Western Europe remain low. However, they are rising. And here in Germany, the Robert Koch Institute, the federal institute that looks after public health and disease control, is already warning that we may be on the cusp of a fourth wave of COVID-19.
So what I'm about to do is I'm going to leave you with one scripture right here. Let's see. Revelation. Let me go to Revelation. Revelation 12. Let's see, Revelation 12. Is this one right here? Yeah, Revelation 12, verse 12. All right. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil Esau Edom, okay, the average Caucasian man out there, the white man, the self-proclaimed white man out there, has come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he has but a short time, and that's the times that we're living in. So, Lord's will, you know, you guys were edified. This was just a quick video. I just wanted to make a news report on what was going on. Like I said, I'm not going to bring a numerous amount of precepts because I'm on the time restraint right now. I got somewhere to be. So, when I come back, Lord's will, today or tomorrow morning, I have another video planned to come out. I want to make a video and talk about the image of the beast, because that's what is about to be speaking right now. You know, these elites, the government, or let me say the banking elites, they are trying to accomplish their image. You know, the image of the beast. You know, and that image is speaking very, very loudly. Okay, and it's gonna get worse as time progresses. So my advice to you is stay locked into these scriptures, man, and stay locked in with your faith and hold fast that crown, that testimony that you had, because now is not the time to lose that testimony, you know. So Lord's will, you guys were edified. Until next time, shalom.